Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we proudly present this podcast to you in all its glory. They are the bearded wonders, the twin sons from different mothers. He is Blake, he is Sal, and together they are the Blake and Sal Show. And if you're not okay with that, I have 2 words for you. Stay tuned.
So, we wanna stay, but can't find peace while sitting still. I guess we never will. We run away, we won't hurry back again. The journey is the end. I love this very moment. We're speeding up, not slowing. We might know we can't win, but we're dumb enough to try. We're going, there's no maybe. That's why they call us crazy. And we'll say if anybody asks us, hey, where you gonna go? We're on to see the world. We don't need to know. Oh, hey, where you gonna go? We're on to see the world. We don't need to know.
Say, hello, Blake and Sal Coteers. Yeah, I know that sounded forced, but I don't care. It's Kyle here with me, compadre Matt,
Howdy, folks.
and we're here to start coverage of Ponyville Ciderfest. Now, we're sorry we didn't get the first day, but due to scheduling circumstances and a little miscommunication,
Ended up not really getting here for much of anything, so basically spent it in the arcade for the
Yeah.
most part.
Yeah, but it's great because we hadn't seen each other in a while, so we got to spend some time together. Now, we were supposed to cover the guest of honor panel, and
Yeah.
what was the other one?
Guest of
Honor panel, and there was like a joining the herd stories.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got a little lost. We lost track of time in the vendor hall.
Yeah.
And we didn't get here until after the guest of honor panel had started. So,
But of course, pictures for current vendors at current vendors here. Mostly the newer ones, not so much ones that are returning guests. Obviously, we still have the pictures from last year for the artists who were here.
and let's lay down the swag that we've gotten here so far. I got a convention T-shirt. Matt and I have both gotten Mona. What's her name?
Mona Pia.
Mona Pia, a nice little plush bat pony here. She's beautifully made. She's got bendable wings, all that, and it came with a free print. Matt got one of Nightmare Moon versus Dawnbreaker, which is pretty much the Nightmare Moon version of Celestia, and I got one of a cover for a Daring Do book. Look, and I think we both got these little buttons there.
No, you got that one. Yeah, my mom actually got the other one.
It was $5. $5. It's I help buck cancer. It goes to charity, and it also gets you some discounts in the vendor room, which I may take them up on tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow, and I got something for this little CJ here. It's a little print of one of the Comic-Con covers for the My Little Pony comic of Pinkie Pie cosplaying as Optimus Prime while Optimus holds her with this utterly confused look. Look, I got it for him because he loves Transformers, and it's going to say, and while he's not a brony, he likes Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash. So
who doesn't love Pinkie Pie?
I was going to say, how can you not love Pinkie Pie?
Yeah, I know.
Now, in a little bit, you'll be hearing the audio from the
Generations Against Bullying.
The Generations Against Bullying panel. You'll discover how you can stop bullying in about 10 seconds or less. 10 seconds or less, and you'll hear from many other guests about their experiences with bullying. And it's always good. It's always good to hear from these people, and I was going to say, I'm hoping that we can get them on the show proper here.
Definitely.
Now, and we're just laying back right now until
Where are we? Until process of creative contents.
Which is at 2:30. 2:30, so...
About a half an hour.
So about a half an hour. So we'll leave you here for now. Until then, it's Kyle and Matt here signing off. So have a nice day, Blake and Salketeers.
When you text like that, sometimes you don't know how the person said it. The words can be very different when you think of it one way or hear it one way versus another. So our whole program is built around teaching kids or students what bullying is and how to stand up to it in a non-threatening way. Because when they do, they can change that culture of learning in their school or their pom squad or their orchestra or their football team where the hazing goes on, all of that. But we were speaking over here a little bit. Hi, Nessie. We were speaking over here a little while ago that it doesn't matter how old you are. If you've been bullied, you will remember it. You'll remember the situation. And many times you'll remember the person who bullied you. I'm 68 years old. I was bullied in first grade when I was 6 years old. That's 62 years ago. I remember exactly what the weather was like, where I was standing, and how I finally ended the bullying because I was a little guy, and we had a big guy in my class, and at recess he was pushing me around and punching me and having a good time. Finally, I just hauled off and socked him as hard as I could in the stomach because I got so frustrated one day that he stopped because he knew I wasn't going to take it anymore. But we were talking about one of our performers, Frankie Moscato. Please, Wendy and Lucas, come in. Lucas is one of our peer ambassadors up in Manitowoc, and this is his mom.
Hi.
This is Wendy
How do you?
Smith. Lucas. This is Lucas Smith. Nice to see you, Lucas. Lucas has been involved in so many things. He got involved with Generations Against Bullying, and it is. Wendy, you can come up here too. Yeah, come on, sit. Michael, grab a chair. Lucas.
Grab a chair. No, I'm doing it.
Let me think. Wendy, or you correct me if I'm wrong. 5 years ago, Lucas would never be sitting up here in this stage.
No.
5 years ago, Lucas had trouble talking to me as we walk along. And Lucas heard our message, and he took that message to heart. And he started working with the Humane Society. And tell what are the things you've been involved in, Lucas?
The things, I started off at the Lakeshore Humane Society down there. And then after that, like about 3 years later, I started playing and working on raising money for the Miracle League of the Lakeshore. And then after that, I joined you guys, and then ever since I've been also working with a new program we just started called Backpack Buddies, which packs backpacks for kids who are in foster care. And I also now play for the Special Olympics of Wisconsin as well.
And he earned the Governor's Award. I'm trying to remember the exact award, but the governor's wife presented him the award in Manitowoc for being, come on, please, come in, being that special activist in person. So it helps, it works. We're so proud of the Lucas family here for all the things that they've done, not only for their own organizations back in Manitowoc, but for supporting Generations Against Bullying. We really appreciate that. So let me give you an example of what your support has been able to help us do. I'm going to ask somebody here if you wouldn't mind taking a picture of us up here. Take a couple of them. We're in our 6th year in December. 4.5 years ago, schools didn't even want to talk to us. They didn't want to touch the subject because everybody thought we were going to be pointing fingers at them. Wendy, you're not doing your job, you administrator, you, and you teacher, you're not doing your job, and you counselor, you're not doing your job. My kid's being bullied, and what are you doing about it? Nothing. And so it's a very negative subject that they don't want to talk about because it reflects negatively on their whole organization. It's not that they don't want to try and do something about it. I'm not trying to say that. But with our program, we take that onus off the principal and the counselor and the teachers because the kids see this stuff. Let's put the power back in their hands. Help us to do that. So when you look at what we were working with, we had many a setback. But because of the positive upstander program, and you see that on the brochure, it's the upside down V, or A if you would. That's our upstander symbol. We have come so far that in the last probably 6 to 8 months, schools are calling us now. They're calling us saying, we heard about you. Would you come in, can you do a presentation for us, a student assembly, and so forth. So we have speakers like Lucas that come in and tell his story. I'm going to introduce Michael here shortly. He's got he'll explain it to you. He's lucky to be alive. He's from Milwaukee. So they're calling us now. Just this last week, we did 5 student assemblies. And it takes time and energy, a lot, but it also takes money to do that, to prepare the materials, to prepare anything that we need for that, to also have a performer like Frankie come in because she gets some consideration for her talents, and Michael. So in the past, we've been unable to do as many of them until Ponyville got involved with us, and that's really, really helped. We have no paid permanent employees with Generations Against Bullying. I haven't taken a dime, and neither has our executive director, Linda Lee. Haven't taken a cent out of it. It all goes to what we want to build eventually. Will we love to pay somebody someday? Yeah, we'll get there. But your help has allowed us to get this far down the road to now having schools accept that. In fact, there's going to be 2 elementary schools that are putting in our peer ambassador program in January. So, that all takes time, money, and materials. So thank you for your support. We really appreciate that. And Nessie, you have been a very good supporter all the years that we've been here. I've seen you grow as well in your profession and job and all of that. And it wasn't so positive. It wasn't so positive a couple of years ago in some ways, and it's more positive now, and that's very happy to see that.
Thank you.
So all of our friends, I recognize most of you here that we've seen you before, and we thank you very much. So I've talked enough. I want Michael to tell you a little bit about his involvement with GAB.
I got involved with GAB. I was lucky because I had a friend. I'll tell you how I'll do it really fast. I had a friend. If I talk fast, they slow down. Kind of a south side of Milwaukee thing growing up here on my life. I had a friend that asked me to talk to some in troubled youth at a place because I was a troubled youth. And somehow I think, were you there, Jim? I know Linda Lee was there, and we made the connection. And they said, hey, you could help us. But little did they know that I was bullied as a kid. I was severely bullied, one, because of the color of my skin, and because I was a really little guy, so all kids could pick me up and beat me up. But during that process, I just wanted to be protected. I didn't want to be bullied anymore. If you've been bullied, you know what that means. You don't want to be the center of attention and get picked on, beat up, picked up, and thrown around all the time. And then especially because of the color of my skin, because I have a unique, I'm not, I'm some everything. I'm black, I'm Mexican, I'm Jewish, and I'm German. So they were beating me up because I was black, but I'm like, dude, I have other things in me. Leave me alone. So what happened is, then I started learning a little bit about bullying. I didn't know it was this big of a thing. That it is bad. That I didn't have an idea that it's the third leading cause of death amongst kids between 10 and 15. And I'm thinking, what does a kid between 10 and 15 understand anything about death when he doesn't even know about life yet? He hasn't even gotten there yet. Come on, we remember being 15. But anyway, what happened to me is kind of sad because I was bullied so bad and I just wanted to stop being bullied. So one time a bigger kid that lived in my neighborhood came by and seen me being bullied and he stuck up for me. He became an upstander, didn't know it, but he gave me the wrong advice. He gave me the wrong advice. Instead of him just pulling me out of the situation and giving me some better information, he said, next time they do that, pick this up and hit them with it as hard as you can.